Hi friends, welcome back to your channel. So in this channel we try to solve problems which appeared in the old NEET and AIMS question papers in the undergraduate entrance exams. This is currently only for physics, but we will be soon expanding it to other exams and subjects. The whole intention of this is that we want is that it should help you in succeed in your NEET entrance exams and you pursue a very good career. If you are learning something from this channel and if you are liking this, we will urge you to like and subscribe to this channel so that we are encouraged to create more learning videos for you. If you have any doubts or clarifications regarding the solved questions, then please do not hesitate to post your comments and this below this in the YouTube link below the video, and we will try to get them resolved as soon as possible. So in the previous video we had solved from problems 1 till 5. So now we will try to go to problem 6 regarding this vectors problem. So in this case it is given that a vector, there are two vectors, right? So it is 2i plus 3j plus 8k. There are two vectors given, this one, the other is 4j minus 4i plus alpha k. Okay, so as we mentioned earlier, all the unit vectors have to have a cap on top of them. So these two are the vectors, right? Imagine that this is a and imagine that this is b. So we have a vector and we have b vector. It is given that they are perpendicular, right? They are perpendicular to each other. So this is the symbol for perpendicular. So they are perpendicular to each other. Okay. So if they are perpendicular, what will happen, right? So we know about two important formulas, which is dot product. So dot product is what? A dot B is equal to cos theta. The theta is the angle between A and B, right? Cross product is A cross B is equal to A sin theta. Okay, so if they are perpendicular to each other, what will happen is that since cos 90, so perpendicular means 90 degrees, right? So 90 cos 90 is equal to 0, right? So it means this part will actually, the right side will become 0, and this is what we need to take advantage. So here in this one, so we will try to find a dot b, right? So a dot b is how much? 2i plus 3j plus 8k dot, right? So 4j minus 4i plus alpha k. So please remember that this is I not j and this is j not I. Okay, otherwise you might make a mistake here. Okay, so what is the dot product of this? Dot product of this, because the I, j and k are perpendicular to each other, so the dot product will simply be the product of the coefficients added to each other. So 2 into I coefficient of here is minus 4, this is 2, right? So 2 into minus 4 is minus 8 plus 3 into 4, right? J coefficient 3 into 4 is 12 plus k coefficient is 8, k coefficient is alpha, so it is 8 into alpha is 8 alpha. This is equal to 0, right? Because the dot product is equal to 0 because theta is 90 degrees here, because they are perpendicular. Okay, so it means 4 plus 8 alpha is equal to 0. It means 8 alpha is equal to minus 4. It means alpha is equal to minus 4 by 8. So minus half. Okay, so this is the value of alpha. Okay, so this is the answer here, C. I will go to the next one, right? If A and B are two vectors, if A and B are two vectors, then if A cross B is equal to root 3AB, then what is the value of A plus B? So why is this given to us, right? So if A cross B, if A cross B, what is A cross B? A cross B is equal to, so A cross B is equal to sine theta, right? And A dot B is equal to cos theta. Right? So it's given that A cross B is equal to root 3 AB. So it means this is equal to root 3 cos theta, right? So this is given to us. So this is what is given to us, right? A cross B is equal to this thing. So if that is the case, this will get cancelled because they are non-zero. Okay, so it means sine theta is equal to root 3 into cos theta, means sine theta by cos theta is equal to root 3. It means tan theta is equal to root 3. It means theta is equal to tan inverse of root 3. Theta is equal to 60 degrees, right? So it means theta is equal to 60 degrees. Then why, what do we need to find? We need to find the value of A plus B, okay? So A plus B modulus, right? This is equal to, so A plus B modulus, this is actually a vector, right? So A plus B modulus is equal to root of their square, right? So A plus B square, okay? So what is square of this? This is A plus B, A plus B, okay? A square plus B square plus 2A dot B. So this is A square plus B square plus what is 2 dot AB? So 2 dot AB, we know that A dot B is equal to 2 A dot B cos theta. Okay. So now we know that theta is equal to 60 degrees. So cos theta, this is equal to half, correct? So we can write it like this: A square plus B square plus 2 cos 60 degrees, right? Cos 60 degrees. So this is the entire square root here, okay? So cos 60 degree is equal to half here, okay? So we can write it A square plus B square plus 2AB into half. Okay, so half and this 2 will get cancelled. So this will remain, this is A square plus B square plus, so 2 goes away. So we're left with only the moduluses here, right? So plus A B. Okay. So which is the first answer. Right. Now we'll go to the next one. What is the linear velocity? What is the linear velocity if the angular velocity is, so there is a angular velocity is given to me. Angular velocity is 3I minus 4J plus K. Okay, and what is the R? is radius 5I plus 6K. So there is a formula which you might be aware of: linear velocity V equal to omega to R. Okay, omega cross, so this is a cross product, right? So now how do you find the value in case of cross product, right? So let me show you how to find this I, J, K. So you have to put it like this here. So now you put the coefficient 3, minus 4 and 1. So 3, minus 4, 1 here. This is 5, minus 6 and 6. This is 5, minus 6 and 6. Okay. Now what you need to do is that you keep the I is equal to I. Okay, keep I common here. Then minus J. I'll tell you what to fill in inside. Plus K. Yeah. So what is I? So I what will happen is that imagine a line going like this, right? So what is not there in this, which is this part is not there, right? So 6 into minus 4 minus 1 into minus 6. Okay, so I'll repeat this one. We need to multiply this by this and multiply this by this and then subtract the second one. So minus 4 into 6 is minus 24. Okay, and minus 1 into 6 is minus 6, and we need to subtract minus 6 from this, right? So that will become plus 6. Okay, what I did is actually it's the minus 6. This is what I wanted to do here, just explaining you. Similarly for J component, right? J component, what will happen is that this one. Okay, so what is not there within video J? 3 into 6. So we have to multiply 3 by 6. 3 into 6 is 18. And subtract what? 5 into 1 is 5, right? So subtract 5. For K, we need to ignore this part similarly. And then 3 into 6 is 18. Sorry, 3 into minus 6. This is minus 6 here, right? 3 into minus 6 is minus 18. Okay. And subtract what? Minus 4 into 5 is minus 20. Right? Subtract minus 20 from this. So when you're subtracting minus 20, this is like this, right? So this will become, so minus 24 plus 6 is equal to minus 18i. 18 minus 5 is equal to plus or minus 13j. Okay, and what is this? This is minus 18 plus 20, right? So this is minus 18 plus 20. Okay, so this will become minus 18 plus 20. This is equal to plus 2k. So this is all denoted by caps. As I mentioned, if I am forgetting it, please you don't miss this. Okay, wherever I, J, or K are there, please put the cap on this. Okay, so this is the answer, right? Minus 18i minus 13j plus 2k, which is the second answer. We'll go to the next problem now. If a unit vector is represented by 0.5 ai plus 0.8 j plus ck, right? So what is a unit vector? Unit vector means vector having value of 1. Okay, so if I say that a vector is equal to 1, it means that the value of a vector is equal to 1. So this will be a unit vector. Okay, this will be a unit vector. So the unit vector is represented by 0.5i plus. So earlier we discussed, right, how do you find the value of a vector? So this is 0.5i plus 0.8 j plus ck. So for how to find the value of this vector? This is simply square of this plus square of this plus square of this and the entire thing square root, right? So here we 0.5 square plus 0.8 square plus c square. And it is given that this is equal to 1. It means 0.25, the square root here, 0.25 plus 0.64. So 0.5 square is 0.25, 0.8 square is 0.64 plus c square. Okay, this is equal to 1. So it means, what is 0.25 plus 0.64 is 0.89. So this is 0.89 plus c square is equal to 1, right? So now if we square both the sides, what will happen is that we square both the sides, 0.89 plus c square is equal to 1. I have squared both the sides, right? Okay, it means the c square is equal to 1 minus 0.89 is equal to 0.11. Okay, it means c is equal to root of 0.11. Okay, so this will be the answer. The answer is given here, the second one. Okay, let's go to the next problem. Find the torque of a force. When the torque of a force F is equal to this acting at the point R is equal to this. So the formula for torque is equal to radius cross force. Okay, so what is the radius here? What is the radius here? Or what is the point at which this is happening? 7. So this is 7i plus 3j plus k cross F. F is minus 3i plus j plus 5k. Okay. Okay. So we, in the previous problem, we knew that how do we find this, right? How do you find a cross product? We learned in the earlier one. So let me arrange once again. This is I, J, K. Okay. This is 7. So the first expression will be in the top, 7, 3. What is the coefficient of k is 1, right? So 1. Similarly, minus 3i plus j plus 5k. Okay, so let's do the this thing now. So 3 into 5, 15. 15 minus 1 is 14. Yeah, 15 minus 1 is 14. Okay, then I have 14. Now we'll take the j part of it. With j it will be negative coefficient. J similarly 7 into 5 minus this thing, right? 7 into 5 is 35. J component 7 into 5 is 35. Okay, and minus of minus 3 into 1. So minus 3 into 1 is minus 3, and if you minus of that, it becomes like this, right? Plus k. 7 into 1 is 7, and 3 into minus 3 is minus 9, right? So we need to subtract this from here. Okay, so this becomes 14i. 35, the minus plus, so 35 plus 3 becomes 38, right? So minus 38j plus k. How much is k? 7 minus 9 is 7 plus 9 is 16, plus 16k. Correct. So this will be the answer. 14i minus 38j plus 16k. So this is the answer here. Okay. Let's go to the next problem now. Okay. So the position vector of a particle is r equal to a cos omega t plus A plus A sine omega t into j, right? What is the velocity of the particle? So this is a little intriguing. So how will you find this here? So now we earlier know that. How does cos work, right? So we know that how does the cos function? Cos function is like this, right? In the x direction, if you take it x direction, this is y axis. Okay, so cos is something like this. Okay, and how is the sine function? So this is only for the x direction, right? Similarly, we can have for the y direction also. Okay, what is the maximum value? This is 1, this is minus 1. Okay, here also, what is the maximum value is 1, this is minus 1. So this is cos function is sine theta. Okay, so the position vector of a particle this thing in x direction is x cos, in y direction it is sine. Okay, so here if you see, we cannot conclude the directed away from the origin, directed towards the origin, or directed away from, we cannot conclude on that, right? So this is towards the x-axis. Similarly, we can have on the y-axis also. So let's try this one, which is parallel to the position vector and perpendicular to the position vector. So what is velocity? If this is the position vector, the velocity, we know velocity is equal to dr by dt. Okay, so if the velocity is a cos, so basically we need to find the differentiation of a cos omega t I, let's put like this, plus a sine omega t j. Okay, so this becomes, so okay, so when you do the differentiation of cos omega t, so this will become, so minus a omega sine omega t I. Okay, minus omega sine omega t I plus, we have to differentiate this now, right? So a sine omega t, if we differentiate this with respect to t, then omega will come outside. Sine, differentiation of sine is cos, so this becomes cos omega t g. Okay, so this is the velocity here. Okay, this is the velocity. So let's try to find out if this works, right? So if they are perpendicular to each other, then we know that what is the formula for the cos function, and we know that what is the formula for the dot product and the sine dot product and the cross product, right? We know that a dot b is equal to cos theta, and a sine theta. Okay, so if they are perpendicular to each other, then what will happen is that this should actually become 0, right? This should actually become this component becomes 0 here. Okay, so in that the case, let's try to multiply. Let's try to multiply them. Okay, so we'll do r. So velocity is perpendicular to the position vector. This is the position vector and this is the velocity vector. Okay, right? So we'll do r dot v is equal to a cos omega t, a cos omega t into minus a omega sine omega t plus A sine omega t into A omega cos omega t. Okay, so we just need to multiply the coefficients of I on one side and the coefficient of j on the other side. Okay, so what it is, a cos omega t. This is the this is the coefficient of I. A cos omega t into minus a omega sin omega t, which is the coefficient of this series. So a cos omega t into minus a omega sin omega t. Similarly, this will be a sin omega t into plus a omega cos omega t. This is sine. Okay, sorry for the writing properly. Okay, so this becomes equal to minus a square omega cos omega t sin omega t plus a e omega square. Okay, so this is equal to minus a square a omega square, a square omega. This is also minus a square omega, sorry for that. Yeah, this is a square omega, right? So minus a square omega cos omega t sin omega t plus a square omega sin omega t cos omega t, which are actually they are the same, right? Just the one is positive, one is minus, so it means this entire thing will become 0. So if this entire thing is becoming 0, means our hypothesis or the basis what we took, right, that they are perpendicular to each other. Okay, so it means this is correct, right? So a dot b is equal to 0, so it means they are perpendicular to each other. So the answer will be D. Let's go to the next problem now. The angle between two vectors 3i plus 4j plus 5k, and the two vectors are given to us, right? So 3i plus 4j plus 5k, okay, and 3i plus 4j minus 5k. Okay, so we have been given two vectors here. One vector is this, other vector is this. What is the angle between these two vectors? So as we did in one of the previous problems, that the easiest thing is that find a dot product of these, right? If the dot product is, the previous one what we saw is that if the dot product is 0, it means the cos theta has to be equal to 90 degrees and so on. So here we'll do the same thing. We'll find a dot product of this, right? So if you do a dot product of this, so basically it means this into this. So 3 into 3 is 9, okay, plus 4 into 4 is 16, plus 5 into minus 5 is minus 25. So this is equal to 25 minus 25, so equal to 0. It means the dot product is equal to 0, right? So this is nothing but dot product here, right? Okay, we find the of, okay, find dot product of both vectors. So this is equal to 9 plus 16 minus 25. So 25 minus 25 is equal to 0, right? So if the dot product is equal to 0, it means cos theta is equal to 0, right? It means dot. This is equal to 0. It means that theta is equal to, if a and b are not 0, because a and b are not 0, right? If these two vectors are not 0, it means the cos theta has to be equal to 0, and cos theta is equal to 0. This is equal to 0. It means that theta is equal to 90 degrees. Okay, theta is equal to 90 degrees, right? The answer will be C. Okay, so we will stop here today. If you are liking and if you are learning something from the videos, please And please subscribe to this channel. Please like these videos. We have taken a lot of effort to prepare these videos. We appreciate your help. Okay. If you have any doubts, clarifications, please do not hesitate to post your comments on this video and we will try to clarify them. Thank you.